Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. People of God, how are you? I hope you are all doing well. Right, most of the time I'm always on this channel coming to give you facts as they are. Reason I do that is because I'm trying to give people a heads up pertaining to what will be happening. People take it from different angles, so everyone is bound to come with a different conclusion. But at this point in time today, I come so different to the way I always come every day. I just want to say one or two things so that I also get to see the lines of reasoning and the lines of thinking of people, so that you see that we are diversified people. Our conclusions over situations, they differ, henceforth the diversity of us out there. I was looking at it, and I've got friends as well, obvious. Names I can't mention. These are non-political friends. These are just but friends. We always discuss about these things. There's people I'm comfortable to talk politics with, and these are my very, very close buddies who are not even politicians. So we'll be asking for the views to try and see how they see things, how they view the current situation in Zimbabwe, and what they expect to be the outcome, and where they are seeing things wrong or right. You understand? So we want to delve right into the issue pertaining the appearance of Comrade Blessed Runesu Bombshell Geza. He came, he made the announcement, but I've got questions for you now, and I want to try and find out what you think. Today I'm giving you the platform. I want to try and find out what you think. So carefully listen to what I'm saying. I've come across points that are saying, now that Comrade Bombshell has come out, this is the signal. We are actually going to go out as according to his command. Some are saying it's going to be now or never. This is group one of people. They are saying it's going to be now or never, regardless of which political party you support. Whether you're from the opposition, whether you're from the ZANU-PF, and you are just against whatever, and you are in line or in sync with what Comrade Blessed Runesu Geza is saying. Some people are saying, this is the time, and the time is now. And we will never get such another opportunity to get a soldier in the mold of Blessed Runesu Geza who can stand to speak against the current government, who can take the sitting president head on, who can lead a movement that shakes the foundations of the political party of ZANU-PF. So that's one group of people. Group number two is people who are saying, he once announced, this very same Comrade Blessed Runesu Geza, he once announced to us that we have to go out and stay away. People did stay away, but people did not go out. And for that reason, he had made some promises, groceries will be reimbursed, whatever, keep food in the house. But at the end of the day, nothing happened, although he declared it a success and thanked people for staying away. That one was met with different sentiments. Other people were saying it was a success because people stayed away. Other people say it was a failure because there's no one who marched into town. That day, I remember the photos and the videos. The town was pretty empty. So some people are saying he once said that, and he did not act according to what he had promised. No one up to now has been reimbursed with the food as was promised, and still he said it was a success when we know it was a failure. Others will say it was a success, although people did not finish the assignment that had been called for by Comrade Blessed Runesu Geza to go into town for a march. Then we have got another group that are saying Blessed Runesu Geza cannot do it by himself. He is needing to have to engage the person of Nelson Chamisa. They are bringing him in again. Why Nelson Chamisa? They are believing that Nelson Chamisa has got a following. And this following is what Comrade Cde Geza is trying to bring onto his side. So if ever this is to be announced, he is needing the person of Advocate Nelson Chamisa to join hands with or to join up with him so that this becomes a success. They are saying if it doesn't happen now, it's going to be now or never. Other than that, that's the closure of this chapter. We also have got another group of people that are saying, he is announcing from a hidden place, we want a leader that come and lead us into this revolution. He cannot be calling for action when he himself is in a safe place, wanting to endanger our lives. So we are not going to go unless he comes to go with us. He has got to show his comradeship and go with us. I was trying to explain that at times a leader gives command from outside. Look at what happened in Mozambique. Was it Daniel Chap? I can't remember. What the opposite, the one who was said to have won but did not take office, who was making announcements from outside of the country, who went into exile, telling people to act, to hit ports and whatever. He was outside but giving instructions or command to people on the ground, and people acted accordingly. So I don't see any difference between the two. But others were saying, no, we need him this time to go with us because we still have got time to plan, because what he is saying has got to be done next week on Friday. So we still have got time for him to come and show us that he has got the full protection of the military like he's claiming, and no one is supposed to be able to touch him. Now, we continue, number 6. There are other people who are saying, if he is saying that the soldiers and the police are also in the same predicament as the general populace, you and me, the ordinary person, then why can't the military make an announcement, as has been made in Madagascar, to say we are with the people, we are not shooting people, we are not going to stop people, but we are just going to support the people or leave the people to do what they do peacefully. So they are waiting if they could get an announcement from the army camps and from the police. And nothing along those lines has been said. So different views are continuing to come, leaving so many people having different views. So if I was to ask, how much of the people are going to be going onto the streets as according to the request or the command or the instruction of Blessed Cde Geza, are you going to be one? When I say certain things, other people will say, no, you are trying to instill fear in us. I'm not instilling fear in nobody. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to highlight to you the current situation. Some people were saying, the situation is conducive. The date picked is excellent. Reason, because the conference is going to be in Mutare. And this uprising is going to be in this march is going to be in Harare. So the sitting president cannot split himself into two to make sure that the Harare situation is covered. At the very same time, they've got a cover in the Manikal and ZANU-PF conference. Looking at it, you can see that everyone is bound to come up with a totally different view. But which one is the best view? And what do you think? Show me in the comment section. Others, there's an aura or an air that people are saying, is this going to happen or it's never going to happen? If this is going to happen, then it's going to happen now, because an attempt and a failure can cost people. So if it has to happen, it's got to make sure that it's well invested into. So they are now expecting not only Comrade Blessed Cde Geza's voice to be speaking, they are expecting somebody to be speaking in support of Comrade Blessed Cde Geza, so that they will see that we are not only going with the command of one man, but there is people that are standing with him, and these are supposed to be very pivotal people. I can continue to go on and on about this, but now here is what I believe and feel, if not think, is the correct current position. And I want you to pay attention as I explain this. Looking from my side of the story, from my point of view, the sitting president, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, he has got the support of the structures. Why do I say that? Not only because I know he has got the support of the structures. Reason, he took time to build and mold the structures the way he wants them to be. You can take it or leave it. It is the truth about what I'm telling you. So his structures are well set to make sure that people are in sync or in line with the way that he wants things to be done. Meaning to say, whatever they are trying to drive up to, they are most likely going to get it right. But when it comes to the person of the VP, you can easily tell that he has got the support of the general masses. So according to me, if this was going to be decided, let's say this week in the ballot box, the VP will take it because the masses will put it in the vote. But what people need to know and understand, the battle that we are monitoring and commenting on is not yet given to the masses. It's within the structures. So the ZANU-PF conference, annual conference, it's for the structures of ZANU-PF to decide what they want. So it's still outside of the hands of the general public. Henceforth, I will say at this point in time, it's almost closed on the winning side for the sitting president. But what about the vice president? Remember, he has started this aura of attacking up to the Riganandas. A thing that has won him a lot of support with the general public who seem to be relating with what the vice president is saying. But power and muscles have been flexed when you saw Wicknell going to make sure that he is going to welcome the sitting president when he was coming from Kenya. It means to say Wicknell was not in the hiding, as was circulated within the social medias. Wicknell was in Zimbabwe. And at the very same time, where the vice president was, is where Wicknell was. At the very same airport, and they only found him there, only got to see him there when they were welcoming the president. He came, everyone saw him. It tells you that muscles were being flexed to show that I will stand with my people who have stood with me and are standing with the vision that we are building onto, the vision 2030. Now here is a situation where we are needing to come together and see what people think. Because at times what you say, let me tell you one thing. At times what you say, it can be out of anger and out of emotions. But there's certain people, very important people, that follow this channel and pick things that we always say. I can say things that don't tickle your ears, but one thing I know for a fact, there's people that follow what I would have said. I wish you'd know the phone calls that will come after I would have said whatever I say, especially from very, very pivotal people. And there's people that I trust and talk to, because nowadays, any person can record you. And nowadays, any person can send you out. Good example, look what happened to Sabuku, Honorable Temba Muliswa. That recording that came in parts, he was speaking to somebody very close to him. And to be betrayed at that level is the highest level of betrayal. But the person who did it, he did it for good reasons, which made people to be encouraged, which made people to make sure that they've got grounds to attack the person of Honorable Temba Muliswa Sabuku. So right now, the current situation that we have is, other people are saying it's got to be now or never. Other people are like, no, Takambo itiswa 2017, and we cannot afford to be blinded again and be led into something else again. If we are to go, let it be something that's moving ZANU-PF out of power and bringing in another new party, which is the opposition, with the people's potential president as Nelson Chamisa. But how is this going to be orchestrated? Let me say something that I know can disturb one or two people. We are discussing here. We're not saying anything. We're not attacking anyone. If ever anything was to happen it needed a person with power. So what the vice president has done, he has exercised power and authority within the political circle. Henceforth, you are seeing all this that's happening within ZANU-PF. The person of the former opposition leader, Nelson Chamisa, he is a popular guy, but what is being displayed by the vice president is what he failed to do. Had he done this when he was still receiving full support of all his former people or former supporters, something might have happened. But right now, he's joined us on the verses chapter, where we quote scriptures, where we count things down, where we say things. But the current situation, honestly speaking, if ever is to change, you have got to make sure that you outclass the master, who is the sitting. And it's not needing people that talk. That you know for a fact. So do you think the call of Blessed Cde Geza is going to bring any change to the current situation in Zimbabwe, if it's not favorable to you, or if you see it not being favorable to many? If it's not, is it something that needs to be pursued or something needs to be done? If people know that it's going to be a very good move, but he's needing support of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, don't you think it's the right time a call is made to the people that's expected to join hands with him, to speak out and join up with him? Let me tell you what I see. There is no transparency in the operations of the team of Blessed Cde Geza. When he first appeared, he promised action, and people were waiting for the signal. So could you say this is now the signal that is being passed? If I look at it personally myself, I can see that, yes, he said it, but not confident enough to show or prove to the people that this time we are taking over and we are going. I don't see what he has done, giving people that belief or faith to know that we are going to go with the Madagascar situation here. I see it being too far away, because they are not showing the people within their camp. At times when you go to war, you need to have a lot of the army around you, and people need to know the figures and the players around you. You cannot continue to hide other people when you are becoming the only player speaking. People need to be assured that we've got the support of the military. People need to be assured that we've got the support of the police. People need to be assured that we've got the support of the judiciary. People need to be assured that even the prisons, the Air Force, we've got support of all those people. But nothing along those lines is coming out from the Team Geza. What does it tell, or what does it reflect to me? It means to say, this is a man who has said what he has said, but the team is not that big and the team is not that strong. I'm not trying to shy out. I'm not trying to put fear into people. I'm telling you my views so you can also put your views. Everyone is allowed to express their views. My current position right now, looking at this, I am looking at it to say, if it fails according to his call, which he has made for this Friday, then everything is gone. One reason I'm saying that is, before the call for this Friday, I remember him coming live and promising people that you will see what we are going to do in Mutare, in Manicaland, that conference, we are going to cause trouble. But all of a sudden, he has flipped over. He's no longer talking about the conference in Mutare. He is now talking about people marching in Harare. Where does this leave people? I bring you back to memory to what I once told you, that Mutare is well plastered with security. And there's nothing that's going to happen in Mutare. By the time he came, he's resonating to what I already told you. That's why I said I knew exactly what had been planned. That the security in Mutare, but one arutengesa madomas, which two ase anombogara itengesa madomas. That's how tight the security is. Match 1-for-1, close to 1-to-1 with every person. And also at the very same time, something that I need to bring out. Most of these generals who have been given the vehicles, most of them are said not to be using the vehicles because they are believing that the vehicles have got trackers on them. And some who have received these vehicles have taken them to go and park in their rural areas. Reason, they don't want to be they don't want to be identified when it comes to their movements. Right now, there's serious surveillance to every person suspected. All high-profile personnel are being monitored, very closely monitored. So you should know that this is not a baby's game. As much as people can talk, the sitting president's camp is putting action into play, and they are not messing about. I repeat once again, I'm not saying this to scare you away. It's information to keep you right on the ground aware. So, what do you think are the chances of whatever has been called for by Comrade Blessed Cde Geza to prevail? With the way the things are set up, I'm just sitting, I'm not taking sides, I'm just sitting neutrally to try and see what will come of it. But I'm not seeing too much into it. Because some people are saying we are not going to go. We are not part of that. This is a ZANU-PF in-house divide. Other people are saying, actually, it is what 2017. Other people are saying, if Advocate Chamisa is not in or part of it because he's the person who we know, if he gives instruction for people to be on the road, masses will go. Just by those three examples, you can easily tell that people are divided. And remember, divided you fall. So basically, the division of the three, where do you think most people are clustered into? People clustered in the box of people who are saying, whatever happens, we are going for a march. People clustered in the box where they say, we are not going because Takambo itiswa. People in the box where they say, if it's only a ZANU-PF thing, we are not coming. Do it by yourself because we are not ZANU-PF supporters. We are opposition, although right now we don't have a leader or we don't have a party, but we are opposition leaders. We don't want to be involved. People in the group that's saying, if Advocate Nelson Chamisa, who they believe or has been their leader for all this time when they were having their struggle, if he doesn't make an announcement or announce his involvement into it, we are not going to be a part of it. You see, those four clusters of questions should tell you that people are divided. But in which cluster are people more than the other clusters? It's up for you. Let me hear what you think. This is just a general analysis. Today, I didn't come to give anything. I just came to give you a heads up. Let's hear what people think. Have a good day.